Baghdad tonight under heavy bombardment on the day the war started. American and British troops are in action on land, sea and in the air. The massive ground assault is underway. The Americans warn it is just a taste of things to come. Dozens of cruise missiles fired at targets, including the homes of Saddam Hussein. More on the way. Here in Britain, America's B-52s primed for action. And the Prime Minister now confirms Britain's involvement.
Tonight, British servicemen and women are engaged from air, land and sea. Their mission? To remove Saddam Hussein from power and disarm Iraq of its weapons of mass destruction.
Good evening. The massive military operation to topple Saddam Hussein is now underway. American and British forces have been in action on the ground and in the air. Thousands of troops are on the move, supported by intense artillery fire. The Iraqis have responded by firing missiles into Kuwait. Tonight, Baghdad has again come under heavy bombardment and parts of the city are ablaze. This is the scene in the Iraqi capital right now, after attacks on government premises and other key buildings, including, we're told, some of Saddam Hussein's residences. Iraqi forces have responded with heavy anti-aircraft fire.
We're watching right now on Fox
There's
News.
attention on the rope now. The engine goes. And he's about to fall.
He's tipping.
Well, it's broken up at both legs right now. But I guess the own weight of the statue is going to take care of the rest very soon. Here we go. This is unbelievable. So there he's hanging.
It's hard to keep the people away. Chris Youngbeld.
Are throwing rocks at him.
Yeah,
and the pieces of metal, wood, whatever, their shoes. If the people find it, are throwing whatever they can find. They're throwing it at this statue now from underneath.
Incredible sight.
Isn't that something? They said Saddam would cling to power, and now the statue is hanging on.
The throwing of the shoes, Chris Youngbeld, you can jump in here. You know more about Arabic culture than I do, but there's a certain symbolism in throwing. There he goes.
Panic on the streets of a Libyan city. Government forces have apparently just opened fire on protesters. These pictures are believed to have been filmed on Friday in Benghazi. The people had been chanting anti-Gaddafi slogans. Across the country, scores of demonstrators have been killed and many more wounded in the security crackdown. In some places, troops have used heavy weapons to quash dissent. Until now, Libya has been divided between the areas around the capital Tripoli, where support for President Gaddafi has remained constant, and the eastern cities like Benghazi, which have been historically centres for opposition to the president. But now footage has emerged apparently from a city just 200 kilometres from the capital, which appears to show more opposition to the government. If they're to be believed, the demonstrations may be starting to spread.
Well, President Obama has been speaking about the coalition military action, of which, of course, the United States is part. He is on a visit to Brazil, and this is what he had to say. He said that the action by the international community had been forced upon it by what he called the brutality of Colonel Gaddafi's regime.
This is not an outcome that the United States or any of our partners sought. Even yesterday, the international community offered Muammar Gaddafi the opportunity to pursue an immediate ceasefire, one that stopped the violence against civilians and the advances of Gaddafi's forces. But despite the hollow words of his government, he has ignored that opportunity. His attacks on his own people have continued. His forces have been on the move, and the danger faced by the people of Libya has grown. I am deeply aware of the risks of any military action, no matter what limits we place on it. I want the American people to know that the use of force is not our first choice, and it's not a choice that I make lightly. But we cannot stand idly by when a tyrant tells his people that there will be no mercy, and his forces step up their assaults on cities like Benghazi and Misrata, where innocent men and women face brutality and death at the hands of their own government. So we must be clear. Actions have consequences, and the writ of the international community must be enforced.
What the whole world is now witnessing is the coming together of the Christian superpowers to form a united and blatant crusading alliance, to embark on a new crusading war against Muslim peoples, and the Libyan people is at the forefront. They believe that by using the long stick of humiliation, by launching a missile here and an aircraft there, they can terrorize the Libyan people and terrorize Islam. These are terrorist means, but the final victory will go to the people of the land. It is those who fight on the Libyan soil who are going to win the final battle. Those who launch missiles and use airstrikes from the other side of the sea, and those who refuse to fight on the battleground will undoubtedly be defeated. We are in our land, from east to west and from north to south. We are one people united behind one leadership. We will not give up the revolution of the great September the 1st. We will not give up the livelihood of our sons, which is oil, to America or France or Britain, nor to any other hostile country who have now turned against us. We will never allow them to benefit from our oil and resources. These resources belong to our sons. Let them know that we are fighting over a surface that exceeds 2,000 kilometers. You will never be able to control this vast territory. We will definitely defeat you as we defeated Italy in the past, despite all its might, and when it used to be a superpower like you today. You are unjust. You are the aggressors. You are criminals. Your people are against you. They are protesting everywhere in Europe and America against the aggression whose target is the innocent people of Libya.